After reading this, you'll probably stop eating tilapia immediately. Shocking, tilapia has always been a staple food on the plates of every Filipino. It's popular for having a low price but still being of decent quality. But you need to control your tilapia intake, as your favorite fish might not be that beneficial to your body. Most fish sold in markets are not bred in the wild but mostly in fish farms where natural food such as algae and lake plants is substituted with GMO soy, corn and multitude of antibiotics and pesticide. Now here are more reasons why you should stop consuming farm-bred tilapias. 1. Farm-bred fish pack higher content of pesticides and antibiotics. This comes down to the fact that farm fish are bred in a crowd, which makes them more susceptible to diseases. Antibiotics are given to them to be healthy. Pesticides are given to them to eliminate sea lice. However, these pesticides are in fact so strong that it can kill wild salmon. 2. Farm-raised tilapia are less healthy than those in the wild. The omega-3 fatty acids in farm-bred tilapia are not as beneficial as those found in wild tilapia. Farm-raised tilapia also lack protein. The fish are raised in pools, which makes them fattier, and they often contain more omega-6 fatty acids. Overconsumption of omega-6 fatty acids makes us more prone to inflammation. 3. Studies confirm that consuming farm-bred tilapia can lead to inflammation of the body. Beware, people with asthma, heart disease, and arthritis. Eating tilapia can worsen already existing inflammation. People often believe that they're getting their omega-3 fatty acid from the fish oil in tilapia to reduce the risk of heart attacks, but the real truth is that tilapia can be a more serious risk factor than bacon or hamburgers. 4. Farm-bred tilapia also contains higher dioxin levels. These actually pack 11 times more dioxins than wild tilapia. Dioxins are not only toxic, but can even trigger cancer development. The worst thing is that as soon as dioxins get into the body, they take a long time to get out. Around 7 to 11 years is half of what it takes for dioxin to be removed from the body. 5. Farm-raised fish is generally exposed to cancerous organic pollutants 10 times more than wild tilapia. Moreover, one of the main ingredients in the feed is chicken poop. As well as pig and duck waste processed into fish food is also quite common. Invite you to watch the video. Where's Julia Claret now? Check out the life she has now in Malaysia. Must see. A lot of people were saddened by the news that Julia Claret bid goodbye to Eat Bulaga after she chose to migrate in Malaysia to spend more time with her Irish boyfriend. Now, 9 months after she left Eat Bulaga, a lot of people are curious about the life she's living right now. In Malaysia, she has found an ingenious way of learning Malay through reading The Adventure of Mickey and Minnie. Despite being a celebrity, Julia Claret still chooses to do her own laundry, while her son helps her with the household chores. Julia and her family enjoys a quiet life in Malaysia where she does everything for her family, and she even got to spend time with them. And also, the Philippine Embassy in Malaysia has recognized her invaluable support to HT Alternative Learning Initiative for Filipino Children in Sabah. She's truly enjoying her peaceful life in Malaysia. Invite you to watch the video. Veteran singer Dulce confirms De Lima heads illegal drug trade inside Bilibid in controversial statement. After the many accusations against Leila De Lima, she has continued on insisting her innocence. The hearing in the House of Representatives is still ongoing, but there has been no solid evidence against her except the testimonies of the convicted drug lords who claim that De Lima is indeed connected to illegal drug trade inside the National Penitentiary. Dulce, a veteran singer, reinforced the statements, claiming that she knows something as her husband Bernard had worked for the former Justice Secretary but later got dismissed when he didn't want to involve himself in the illegal drug activity. Dulce recently wrote in her Facebook timeline. Invite you to watch the video. Shocking, a priest arrested after a 5-year-old girl drew sketches of how he raped her. A priest in Brazil had been arrested because of sexual assault. But what made it a lot worse is that the victim was a 5-year-old girl. The priest is identified as the 54-year-old Father João da Silva, who had been teaching English in a local parish. The acts were first suspected after the girl told her parents that she doesn't want to attend the priest's English class anymore. Due to her behavior, her parents decided to bring her to a psychologist who reinforced the suspicion that there is abuse involved. The psychologist then instructed the parents to search her room for any evidence. Upon doing so, the parents were surprised to see 6 disturbing drawings depicting the horror of rape she experienced. One drawing shows a man appearing over a frightened girl. Another was a naked man in between a child's leg. One of them that caught our attention shows the face of a naked man with an erect penis, Karen Maya, from the Delegation for Stopping Crimes Against Women. Meanwhile, Father Dog Silva is now under the custody of the police. Invite you to watch the video. Shocking, a priest arrested after a 5-year-old girl drew sketches of how he raped her. In an unusual legal maneuver, Donald Trump's attorneys have asked a federal judge to exclude any statements made by or about the Republican nominee during the presidential campaign from his upcoming civil trial over the now-defunct Trump University. The legal request, filed late Thursday in U.S. District Court for the Southern District of California in San Diego, would apply to Trump's tweets, a video of Trump making sexually predatory comments about women, his tax history, revelations about his private charitable foundation and public criticisms about the judge in the case. Trump's lead attorney, Daniel Petrocelli, said the evidence would be irrelevant to the civil fraud case and may prejudice or inflame a jury, jeopardizing rights to a fair trial. He warned that allowing the jury to consider Trump's own remarks carries an immediate and irreparable danger of extreme and irremediable prejudice to defendants, confusion of issues and waste of time. A trial in the nearly 7-year-old class action lawsuit is scheduled to begin November 28. Petrocelli said prospective jurors will already have had an opportunity to vote in the presidential election by then. It is in the jury box where they must judge him and this case only on evidence and argument relevant to the issues at hand, he wrote. U.S. District Judge Gonzalo Curiel, a target of Trump's repeated scorn, will consider the request at a hearing 2 days after the election. The lawsuit on behalf of former customers alleges that Trump University, which was not accredited as a school, gave seminars and classes across the country that were like infomercials, pressuring people to spend up to $35,000 for mentorships and, in the end, failing on its promise to teach success in real estate. The claims mirror another class action complaint in San Diego and a lawsuit in New York. The request by Trump's attorneys applies to statements made during presidential debates and rallies, campaign advertisements, Trump's beauty pageants, casinos and corporate bankruptcies, statements by campaign surrogates and personal conduct accusations. During the campaign, Trump questioned whether the judge can be fair because of his Mexican heritage. Erwin Chemerinsky, dean of the School of Law at the University of California, Irvine, said the judge is unlikely to make a blanket ruling on the vast amount of material and will instead consider each statement that the plaintiff wants to use at trial. This is unique because I cannot think of another situation in which a political candidate would have wanted to exclude all of his campaign statements from being used at a trial, Chemerinsky said. Michael Gerhardt, professor of constitutional law at the University of North Carolina School of Law, said it would make more sense to consider each piece of evidence separately as opposed to ruling on all campaign-related matters. It's probably unprecedented, both the request and any judicial order that would grant what he's asking, Gerhardt said. Thank you for watching videos. You remember the likes and comments below. Thanks.